Hi guys, this is Terry. This time on Bohemian Reflection. And I'm looking a little bit like whack right now. I'll tell you about these things in a second. They're so cool. I am doing a special request makeup review. Okay, so one of my friends, we were talking about foundation and I was telling her that I really love the Pat McGrath foundation. And she said something about Fenty. So I bought the Fenty. I haven't done a review on it. I need to try it again to see if I am gonna like it or not. But my friend had asked me if I had done anything or what I thought about Reboot from Makeup Forever. I didn't know I had it until I was going through my collection of foundations. And there it was. So that's what we're gonna do in this, especially for my girl. You know who you are. Bare skin, except for some oils this morning. Since I'm running a little short on time because I have a doctor's appointment, I'm skipping this, which is my Nira laser. Let me just show you. If you guys aren't familiar with it, I use this around my eyes and above my eyes every day. I usually set it on 5, and this thing's amazing. I'll put a link in the bottom. None of these are sponsored. I have no affiliate links, no ulterior motive other than I like this stuff. But I do this every morning. It's a heat laser, and basically it damages, whoops, how do I turn it off? It sends heat down far enough so it'll damage the dermis, therefore trying to stimulate collagen cell turnover and all of that. I have seen a drastic improvement since I have been using this. I'm gonna skip it today. My skin is just being really weird because I did go to school for a long time. I started using tretinoin on my skin again, and I should have never stopped because I'm having a very difficult time with peeling and redness and scaly and all of that. I'm going to go over the toner before I get started, and this is by Good Molecules. Once again, not sponsored. And it is the Niacinamide Brightening Toner. See, I can't do two things at one time. Since I put oil on my face today to help with the scaliness, I need to get that off so it doesn't affect this makeup review. Fresh face, no makeup, no nada. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna put on these gel eye pads to help hydrate underneath my eyes while I do a few other things. You know, who wants to look 58? Maybe a 70-year-old, but not me. These are not really my preferred brand, but they do have hyaluronic acid in them, and while I do other things like my eyebrows, they can be hopefully sinking into shallow spots of my skin, otherwise known as wrinkles. Just so you guys know, I'm using my Canon G7X. I did it's the Mark III. I did the software update, and it still is having a hard time doing the autofocus. So some of me just may not be in focus. Gonna have to deal with it. Okay, I'm gonna use the Tatcha water cream to sort of hydrate while I'm letting these do their thing. I really hope this is focusing. Let me tell you about these hair clips I found on Amazon while I'm letting this soak. Look at these. Focus. They have the barrel here and a clamp. Basically what I do, I spray my hair with some hairspray and stick these in for a little added volume. So that's what those are. I'm loving them. I've used them a couple of times, but I really, really like them, especially since I have such baby fine hair. They work. All right, fast forward, time to take these off. I am going to use Tati's Blendiful. I don't want to hear it from you guys. Hydrate really well under my eyes, actually everywhere. And this is, again, This is the Tatcha water cream. If you want to buy it, buy it. But what I do is when I shop at Sephora, I save my points for it because I'm not going to spend that kind of money. I was using their cleansing oil, which is just pure camellia oil. And I was using their rice polish. And if you know Tatcha's prices, right. You know what? I went on Amazon and I bought a full, I think 16-ounce bottle of pure camellia oil, $9, and a 3-pound bottle of very finely milled rice powder. That's what I'm using. And that 3-pound bag was around $9. I put it in a Tupperware like salt and pepper shaker, and I use that, and I've saved myself, several $100. Just a little bit of tip. Now let's turn to the scary side of the mirror. Holy crap. Okay, gotta keep a watch on the time. I don't know what primer to use with this because I want to get a good feel for the base. This is supposed to be, it's the Makeup Forever Professional Reboot Brightens, Smooths, Firms, Hydrates, and Evens. I guess I'll go in with Bare Minerals primer because it's sort of like the least of the... Everything else I have has like blurring properties, and we need to see how this goes, right? That's what I'm talking about. It's probably way too much. On my little blendful, I am liking this a lot, but that's kind of as far as I'm gonna go with that. And I really do hope that this shade matches because I don't even remember purchasing it. All right, up close. I don't know if you guys can see. There's some blurring that needs to take place. Is this going to do it? I don't know. I'm using the color Y218. Y218. Take a little bit out on my little blendful. Oh, baby, I think that's a little too light. We're going to be blending a bit. Good thing it's winter. Actually, I think my skin is a lot more red because of the tretinoin I've been using. It feels nice. You know what? This is really going on well. A lot better than I had thought. I don't go under my eyes with my foundation because, creases and concealer when you're over 50. I don't like them. So I try not to use a whole lot of product there. Wow, I'm liking this. One way, and this sounds silly, but one way I judge a foundation is how it goes on my nose, because for some reason my nose does not like to hold foundation well. And I'm using this blendful instead of a makeup brush or instead of a foundation brush because I wanted a foundation brush. Just makes everything look so much better. Not that I'm trying to diss the product or anything, but I also skipped putting on a very light layer of powder after my primer because that would give, I think, the foundation unfair advantage. I can't tell what this is looking like in the monitor. In the mirror, in the back, it's looking all right, but we're not done yet. Let's do a little concealer, shall we? We'll just talk while I get this done. I don't know if you guys contour your nose. I really wasn't sure how I felt about it. And look at me not be able to find the one I just bought that was like expensive as what the hell did I do with it? This is Geurlain. I don't know if you can see that or not. I remember this brand because my grandmother used to wear Shalimar. Oh my gosh. It was so beautiful, intoxicating. I tried this yesterday. I bought this for contouring my nose or doing like a reverse contour. So I'm going to take this right down the middle of my nose and right on that little thing. Then, I know these aren't bad, but I'm going to put a little bit in here that's light reflecting. And we're going to let it set for a minute. I'm not sure I'm going to like this because it has a brush and you have to twist it. So you have absolutely no idea, I don't think, when this is going to run out. So this will be sort of a test. Under my eyes, just a little bit. And I'm going to be using Pat McGrath in LM9. Ooh, there we go. Let it sit for a minute. Just a beauty sponge. This isn't a beauty blender or anything. I just got it at Target. I can pay $20 for one of these. Blend that in. Leave my nose for last. Blend these in. It's blending nicely. I like that. It's blending very nicely. Turn this around. I don't want a lot of product, like I said, in my eyes, but I do need some. And I learned a trick on how to keep your concealer from creasing under your eyes. And I wish I remember where I learned it. I'm looking like a geisha girl. Let me blend this nose out because it's creeping me out. I like that. I'm going to use a little bit more. Right under here where there are shadows, not much, just a little bit because it's brighter and it claims to have like a reflective property, which will reflect where hopefully it will reflect the light where these shadows are. Angela, I have to say right now, I'm liking this Reboot foundation. I did just put it on. We'll do the wear test on it for this evening. I'll finish this. It's not settling. It's not cracking. It feels weightless. I don't know if it hydrated or not. Okay, here's a little trick that I heard the other day. Is it true? I don't know. And I wish I knew where I heard it. Take a little bit of your setting spray. I'm using the Flawless Airbrush by Charlotte Tilbury. Again, not sponsored. On the back of my hand. I have no idea where my camera is focusing. Take your finger, and tap under here. After you have your concealer on, lightly. Tap it, let it dry. And then after it's dry, use a very fine dusting of powder. And for that, I'm going to use my Mineral Veil. Not Mineral Veil. I guess it is Mineral Veil by Hourglass setting powder. I like this because it doesn't have talc in it and it has sort of a reflectant quality, but it doesn't look in your face. I guess we're testing out a few things here today, aren't we? I don't like putting powder under my eyes, but we will see. I'm going to switch over to the Patrick Ta one size to set my face before I put any contour or anything else. And it has, this powder's kind of weird. It has this weird little, I don't know if you can see it, slot. I'm like, what the heck is that? That's kind of a weird way to do that. But it's not, because if you need just a little bit, you can get your brush down in there and pick up just the right amount. Pick up just the right amount, just enough to set. I'm not going to do any baking or anything. I don't have time for that. Contour. Okay, so we know I need contour because this stuff's looking awfully light and I don't know if it's my bright lights or what. I am going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin palette in this color to contour. Starting with under my neck, under my lips. I like to try to keep everything up because it gives the illusion of my face being up. I'm liking this. Let me finish my makeup off camera. I can tell that I'm looking kind of crazy, but I won't when I come back. See you in a bit. We're back. A lot happened, so I didn't get to come back after I had my full face on, which is fine because I've been able to see how it has worn through the day. Now the eyeshadow that I used today was the Glam palette by Natasha Denona. I love this palette. It mixes so well. I think Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath are my very favorite shadows. I do like Huda Beauty too, but they blend so well. They're so classic and they're just absolutely beautiful. And I am stunned by the way they have not held up after I tried that little trick that I had seen with preventing the creasing underneath with the setting spray on top of your concealer with the powder. I don't know if you can see or not, but right through here, I'll pull my eye apart here. That did not hold. I've had to reapply throughout the day my powder eyeliner underneath. It didn't hold. It was very, very hard to blend as well. As for the foundation, the Reboot, it's not for me, which is probably why I forgot I had it. I think it is a nice color. What the heck is that on my forehead? I think it's a nice color. It went on really well, but as the day went by, it oxidized a lot. It has settled and cracked. It's cracked along my mouth. You probably can't see it very well. And I've got this little thing up here that's healing, and it all settled right around here. I don't even know if I got in close if you could see that or not. I don't like the way that it wore. Now, I don't know if it is the Bare Minerals primer, if it didn't want to play nice with that. I don't know if it didn't want to play with my powders, my setting sprays. I won't be using it again, I don't think. Maybe I'll try it again without a primer. Right now, it has cracked under my eyes, I can see. I don't know what type of skin. It's supposed to be hydrating. On my skin right now, it feels very, very dry. And I feel like I cannot wait to get this makeup off. That being said, there is one good thing that came out of this whole experiment. And that is, it's more of a lip stain. This is the Dior, Rouge Dior Ultra Care. And this is in shade number 750 Blossom. If I do a little swatch here and get my face out of the, that is the way, that is the color. These are my lips after I applied it about 4 hours ago. I have eaten. I have been to a doctor's appointment. I've had a lot to drink. It is there. One thing I like about it, it is not transferring. It's not real shiny. It's more of a kind of a matte satin finish. My lips don't feel dry. They don't feel greasy. It has not transferred. It has not creased outside of my lip line, and I did not line my lips. So out of this whole thing today, we have learned that this is amazing. Reboot, not for me. I don't know if it was the application, like I said, the primer, whatever it was. For me, it did not work. Makeup Forever is an incredible brand. If anyone out there is a Y218, well, you know, can't do that with all the stuff things going around. But there you go. And I cannot figure out this. Look at that. Why that would do that in that area. Over here, it's fine. I did put the Reboot and concealer on my eyelids, and for whatever reason, it's just not staying today. I'm sorry, I don't have a better explanation, but something in this mixture did not work, because I never have this problem. I never ever have this problem. And I don't have things settling around like that. So that's what I've got to say about that. I'm sorry, Makeup Forever. As I said, this was not sponsored. Natasha Denona, I love this lipstick. I will be stocking up on. I love it. It's probably my favorite lipstick now. And if you know me, I always have, if I have something I like, I go for all the shades, 2 in each shade. That way I have one in my purse, one at home, all the time. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for taking this time to join me. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to jump over to my other channel, which I'll link below, there's a scary haunted house story that is real, my experience. We're on episode 4. I do have episode 5 to finish, and that will be the final one. And that is on the Tattooed Biker Chick. I guess that's all I have for now. I'm sorry this wasn't a more promising video. I'm not saying that this foundation will not work for everyone or for anyone, whatever. It just is not going to work for me. I may give it another go around, but the way it is oxidized and the way it feels in my face, I don't care for it. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. You guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace, guys.